Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday Tunes with Mrs. Campbell. Today we're going to be talking about change. And before I sing the song for you today, I want to show you a picture of what happens with the change of a butterfly. So a butterfly starts off as just a little tiny egg somewhere on a leaf. Eventually it changes into a caterpillar, which eventually, after eating a ton, forms into a chrysalis, and that actually hangs from a branch of the tree. It's normally green, but it kind of hangs like that. And eventually, after a while of being cooped up in there, it turns into a beautiful butterfly. The Reverend Billy Graham penned something really cool about the butterfly that I want to share with you. So these are words directly from Reverend Billy Graham. He said that there's a spiritual lesson in the study of the caterpillar. The same God who changes the caterpillar can also change you. The Bible tells us not to be conformed to the world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that is a verse from Romans 12:2. Some caterpillars are colored to resemble the plants on which they feed and often mimic plant parts, such as thorns, thereby conforming to their environment. When it is time for the caterpillar to transform, it attaches itself firmly to a stem or branch and spins a cocoon for protection. Then it waits, usually for months. While it appears motionless on the outside, activity is taking place on the inside called metamorphosis. I want to pause there for a moment. Many of us right now are being stuck inside of something that we weren't really expecting or wanting to be stuck inside of. And for most of us right now, that's our house. And we might have been going along eating just fine the way that we were as a caterpillar and wondering kind of why do we have to change right now? We were doing fine as a caterpillar. But when you compare a caterpillar and a butterfly, there's no doubt which is prettier, and it's the butterfly. And God is making us all into something beautiful right now through this time. As I continue reading from the Reverend Billy Graham, the wings form and eventually stretch out to fly. No doubt its view of the world will be quite different in the air from the ground. From a slithering and destructive insect emerges a magnificent creature. Feeding on the sweet nectar of the flowers, the caterpillar is born to crawl, but reborn to fly. What a picture God has given us from nature. It is interesting that the ancient Greek word for butterfly is psyche, meaning the very life of the soul. The caterpillar's transformation is a symbolic picture of the miracle work of Christ in transforming a lost soul into a vibrant believer who sees the world from a very different perspective. God's perspective. So as we are stuck inside right now, I just thought about the butterfly and everything that God does to make it so beautiful. This week's song is called We See Change. The chorus is, help us live through every day with a heart of faith. There may be growing pains, but you're still our strength. Help us give our best to all each and every day, even when we do not know the length. We don't know how long this is all going to last. Because you're still the one, God, you're still the one that is our strength. One other word I want to explain before I sing the song, and that's the word immune. If you're immune to something, it means you can't get it. So in the song, I said, then why do we think that we're immune to change? In other words, we're not. All of us have to constantly be changing, and that's what we're all being asked to do right now without much warning. And so we need to kind of think about the caterpillar and the butterfly and how through this time of challenge, God is changing us into something beautiful if we let Him. This is We See Change. We see change in the seasons, from winter into spring. We see change in the birds, from in eggs to those who sing. We see change in a caterpillar to butterfly with wings. Then why do we think we're immune to change? God help us live through every day with a heart of faith. There may be growing pains, but you're still our strength. Help us give our best to all each and every day, even though we do not know the length. 'Cause you're still the one that is our strength. We see change in our schools as the classes go online. We see change in our fun as staying home is fine. We see change in our world, a difference in design. Then why do we think we're immune to change? God, help us live through every day with a heart of faith. There may be growing pains, but you're still our strength. Help us give our best to all each and every day, even though we do not know the length. 'Cause you're still the one that is our strength. Help us to accept the things we cannot change, and courage to change the things we can. Give me wisdom to know the difference in between and submit to your good plan. God, help us live through every day with a heart of faith. There may be growing pains, but you're still our strength. Help us give to all our best each and every day, even when we do not know the length. God, help us live every day with a heart of faith. There may be growing pains, but you're still our strength. Help us give our best to all each and every day, even when we do not know the length. 'Cause you're still the one that is our strength. Jesus, you are still the one that is our strength. So as you go through changes with your school, with your home, with your brothers and sisters, with your family, remember that God is wanting to make something beautiful out of you like a butterfly if you'll just let Him change you into what He wants you to be through this time. Have a blessed day.